Yes, a moment, please. I'm not sure if we are online now. Let me see here. Yeah, we are online now. So, hello, guys. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here with me for another English session here in our community. This is unbelievable. Here we just use the English knowledge that we currently have, so we don't have English teachers here. We don't correct each other. We just help those members who need perhaps some advices or some helps, or when we forget some words, we just help in that way. So we are not going to study grammatical part of the language. We are just, as I already said, we are just we are gonna use the English knowledge that we have acquired so far. Today's topic is about burnout. As I was mentioning, I'm not sure if this is a disease or illness or um, something that has appeared recently, but it's related to our personal life and also in our professional life. So, since we know well each other, I believe that we can skip the question number zero, that is the self presentation. Therefore, let's go and let's dive right in the question number one. Okay, so I'm gonna demand to Fernanda, could you please read the first question and answer it?
Yes, let me see. Ah, What does burnout mean to you? For me, burnout is when you feel overwhelmed about your work, what you're doing, and also feel that you don't have enough time for your family and friends and people that you love.
Yeah, that's it. It's a good concept about it. Feeling overwhelmed. I believe that we feel as well a lot of pressure when we are like facing burnout. But I would like to know from you, Jubia, what do you think about it? What does burnout mean to you?
To me, burnout happens when you are you are working and feeling exhausted about doing that. You don't feel don't feel you feel a little or um or so much de- depressive feelings about life, uh, about I don't know, you don't see the meaning of doing your usual things during your day, and I think it's really hard to deal with that.
I agree 100% with you, Jubia. I'm pretty sure that it's so difficult, so tricky to face this kind of feeling, like being tired about your work, perhaps your tasks. I'm not sure if you have faced it someday, but for me, there are sometimes I feel so tired about the things I have to complete, even more if they are like difficult. So it's a bad feeling. So thank you so much, Jubia, for sharing. Lucas, what about you? Welcome to the session. We are tackling the question number one. And it's the question
Okay.
number zero. Yeah, sorry, the question number zero. What does burnout mean to you?
Okay. Hello, guys. To me, burnout is a state of mental and physical uh, exhausted. I think when the person uh, get with a lot of stress about something, with a prolonged stress about, I don't know, work or study. Normally, when the person feel overwhelmed about it, and I think that's it. When the person don't have time to try to recover the energy and just
Mm,
think about work and to study.
yeah. Feeling overwhelmed, feeling overstressed as well, a lot of pressure on your shoulders. And as well, thinking so much about it, I believe that when you stop, like for example, when you finish your work hours, however, after that you are still thinking about it, I believe it's something really bad. So I believe that contribute to burnout as well. And as you said, it can happen in when we are starting something or when we are working. So it's completely normal. Not normal, but nowadays I believe that it can be or it became kind of normal. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your ideas, your insights. Let's move on to the next question. And Juvia, it's your turn. Let's go to the question number, in this case, one. Could you please read this one and answer it?
Yes. Have you ever experienced burnout at work or school? I didn't have the I haven't been diagnosed, but I had those feelings studying and working too. I think I I did uh, the value of working and in my balance of life. I see my work and study the the things that may only things that makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do this, it's not fair to you, and it's your life. You have so many things that could be uh, give you more examples of happiness, and when you only feel happy when you are good at work or good at school, it's it's, it's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people who don't feel that they are good doing this kind of things, they are not happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I I discuss about these experiences with my therapist, and today I am I am there dealing with work and studies.
Mm-hmm. Thanks so much for sharing, Juvia. And as you said, like having a good personal life and work balance, with that, I believe you can prevent burnout. Thank you so much again. And now it's your time. Lucas, go ahead. What do you think about the question number one?
Yes, I have experienced this when I was in my last year in university because I needed to work and to study and to do some projects because it was my last year, so I needed to do. I don't know how to say this in English, but actually, there is the project to finish the university
Mm-hmm.
TCC. I don't know what is the expression in English,
Mm-hmm.
but I needed to think in a topic, and in the same time, I needed to do exams and
Mhm.
to work, and it was really hard because it was pressure and responsibility because it was my last year, so I needed to do everything in the same time, and it was terrible, but
Mhm.
I I could handle this.
Yeah, I can feel you completely. When I finished my career, I had to do the same, and it was really, really stressing, really overwhelming. So for sure, everybody has faced this when finishing the your degree. Thank you so much for sharing,
Yes.
Lucas. Fernanda, it's your turn. Have you ever experienced burnout?
Yes, once when I was working during the pandemic, it was really tough because I wanted to work all the time. It was new, like working all the every day from home. So I felt a little bit overwhelmed, and also I at the time I had a lot of things to do in my job, so I felt a little bit stressed. um, yeah, I think it was the worst situation that I remember. It felt like burnout. I'm not sure it was a burnout, but I think it was.
Yeah, it's curious because when pandemic started, we thought, okay, we are gonna work from home. The most of people started working from home, depending on of the field. And we thought, okay, we are at home, perhaps we are gonna just finish and being in our bed or doing our stuff. But it was like a phenomenon that it was like working 24/7 every
Yes.
single day. So it was, yeah, I believe that a lot of people face that. Yeah, I remember that as well. Well, in my case, I remember one time that I had to finish a specific module in the project that I was working in. Actually, it was when I just moved to Brazil, like 2 months after I moved to Brazil. I was really, really, I was sick. I was sick. I believe that I had COVID at that time. I was not diagnosed, but I believe I had the symptoms. And with my illness, and I had the pressure to finish one module that was on me. It was pretty important. So I believe that time was really stressing for me because the situation, because that context. So I had to finish that even though I was sick, and yeah, it was a really bad experience. So nowadays, I believe I experienced something similar. On the other hand, I am not tired. I am not sick now, so I believe it's kind of easier to handle the situation. I have to finish something this month, and it's been like kind of stressing and difficult at the same time. And that's it. That's about my experience. So let's move on to the next question. Um, who was the last who read the question? I believe that it was Lucas.
Me
Was it you?
was
Ah, Hugo.
I
Okay.
heard I learned.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, Lucas, it's your turn. Go to the question number 2 and read it, please, for us.
Yes. What are the most common signs of burnout? Well, I think when the person feel stress, of course, and I don't know, maybe uh, when the person feel changes in the emotion, like feel more irrita- irritable, I don't know, or feel more frustrated the about the life, or about the job, or the the study, and when the person feel had a lack of motivation,
Mm-hmm.
because it is interesting because you feel sad because you need to do a lot of things, but in the same time you don't have motivation to do the things because you are
Mm-hmm.
tired, because you have a lot of things in your mind. And when you can't uh, relax, like every time you are thinking about something, about your work,
Mm-hmm.
or what you are studying. And I think that's it.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I believe that when you feel like that, when there is lack of motivation, procrastination as well hits. So it's difficult to continue perhaps the work that you are doing. Yeah, and it's pretty bad feeling as everybody has faced so far. Thank you so much, Lucas. Now, Hubia, what about you? What for you? What are the most common signs of burnout?
I think when I'm sorry, my internet is not good, but I think when you feel anxious about what you have to do at work, what you have to send,
I believe that Jubia's internet is not good.
I'm sorry, my internet is not good.
No problem at all. You can continue now. If it goes the same, perhaps we can continue with another member. But you can continue now. Go ahead.
Okay. When you can't sleep well because you are thinking about what you have to do at work, you are feeling stressed, you are feeling uh, sad that is not good enough what you are doing at work.
Hmm.
You don't want to, you hate what you have to do at work,
Hmm.
and in, I don't know, before that, like, I don't know, 6 months before, you really liked what you are doing were doing. I think it's some signs.
Yeah, like lacking motivation and starting hating what you do. You bring to the table brought to the table a good example, and that comparison. When you started doing that work, perhaps you loved doing that, and at that moment you said, "I don't want to do it anymore." What am I doing here? So yeah, I believe it's an uncommon sign about burnout. Thank you so much, Jubia. And to finish this question, Fernanda, it's your turn. Question number
Okay.
two.
Um, well, I think some of the most common signs of burnouts are feel overwhelmed, also exhausted, um, do not feel happy about your routine, and feel that you do not have a good work-life balance. Like, oh, you work so much, so I do not have time for my family, and feel like this. Don't feel happy about your life.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It affects your life as a whole. It's not about your studies, or it's not just about your work. It affects your relationship with your family, because you are just thinking about maybe your work, your studies, that project that you have to finish, and obviously and consequently, it's gonna affect your environment, the people you deal with. So yeah, I agree with you guys. So I believe that you already mentioned all of them, the examples that I wanted to share as well. And I would like to relate as well burnout with Rujubia said something interesting about when you start like doubting about your abilities or your skills. And I believe that we can relate that with the imposter syndrome, because perhaps when something is so difficult and you cannot finish that, and you start like feeling burnout, and you start like underestimating your own value as a professional, or even as a person. So I believe that we can relate that with that syndrome as well. So we finished the question number two. So let's move to the next one. Now it's your turn, Jubia, again. So, Jubia, could you please read the third one and answer it?
Yes. How does stress affect people physically and emotionally? To me, physically, I feel back pain when I am feeling stressed, and emotionally, I my day is worse when I am feeling stressed. I can't talk uh, the way that I use it to talk with my family, with my friends. Um, I think these two things happens when I feeling stressed.
Thanks so much. Yeah, for sure. Stress affects not just our mental health, but also our physical health. For sure, I believe that it can be pretty dangerous. We can compare it with different other kind of illness. Even though it is not something physical, you don't get the like flu or something like that, and those kind of symptoms. I believe the stress can be pretty dangerous. Thanks so much, Juvia, for sharing. Now it's your turn. Lucas, what do you think about it?
Sometimes I feel I had headache and muscle tension, and when I think normally affect the anxiety, the person feel anxiety and anger, and sometimes sadness,
Hmm.
uh, and that's it. I think the the most common is my opinion is to feel anxious about the situation and sad because you don't have time and you don't have motivation to do the things that you know it is important to do, but you can't do because you don't have emotional to do this.
Hmm. Yeah, I believe that pain in in different parts of our body is a sign of that. In my case, I feel a pain in my neck, and I believe I started like losing my hair. Those times that I was like facing burnout or a lot of stress, it's a sign of that you are facing that. Thanks so much, Lucas. Now it's your turn, Fer. What do you think about it? What does stress affect people physically and emotionally?
Um, uh, I agree with you guys about some symptoms in our body, like some pains. And also, you normally feel more stressed, I think, and you can be a person a little bit difficult with others. Don't know, don't have so much patience, and also, um, yes, feel exhausted, not happy, and stressed all the time.
Lack of energy.
Like, yes, yes, this too.
I believe that it's pretty difficult to do exercise when you feel like that. When there are sometimes that I finish my day so overwhelmed about my work, and it's difficult to say, okay, today I'm gonna run 2 kilometers. So it's difficult. I know it's difficult to be an adult, as Fernanda said some months ago.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Let's move to the question. I believe that everybody responded to question number three. So let's move on to the next one. I want to read this one, okay, for us. Do you think social media can contribute to burnout and why? In my personal opinion, yes. Nowadays, social media can contribute for a lot of kind of stresses and illnesses as well, because with social media there is a lot of comparison. So I know a lot of people who has closed their social media accounts, just because they didn't they didn't endure like looking at other people being successful, and the feeling of being like a loser was increasing for them, just because there were a lot of people like showing the houses that they were buying, or perhaps the new employment that they found. So I believe that in that context, social media can contribute tremendously for overwhelming and for burnout as well. So that's my opinion. I would like to know from you guys, what do you think about it? Lucas, what do you think?
Yes, I totally agree with this. I think social media can contribute to burnout because every time we face different things on social media, normally on Instagram, it is easy to see people doing things, and when you have some project in your life and you see other person doing the same thing or doing better, you think, oh my god, how the person can do and I can't, and this is terrible, and terrible, and I think this can contribute to burnout because if you sad, sad, express anger, and I think yes, and I think the hard thing is try to stop with to compare you with other on social media, and this is a hard. I try to not use think, but it is hard, but it is the hard. Uh, it's hard, but it's the the thing that you need to stop. Try to stop the comparison.
Yeah, I believe that it happens normally in those kind of social media like Instagram, as you said. However, I believe that it happens on LinkedIn as well nowadays. There is a lot of kind of this kind of people or content that share these kind of things. And I would like to share with you a quotation that I've read from I don't remember where, but we need to understand that sometimes, or most of the time, Instagram is not real, because people just post something to make it appear that it is real, but it is not. There is something in the background of that story, that photo, that reel. It's like mounted, like it's not real. So thank you so much, Lucas, for sharing. Fer, what do you think about it?
Sorry. I agree with you guys. I think by consuming content in social media, we can feel a little bit overwhelmed of information about other people's lives and feel that our life is not so good in comparison. Also can happen. um yeah, that's it. I think we need to understand that the things we show on social media are just a part of our days, in a good part. So we don't see the bad things that happen in other people's lives by social media. So we can, I don't know how to say this in English, but we can have just an illusion about other people's lives, not everything that happens we will know.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. Rarely we are gonna share, for example, the worst photo that we have taken, or perhaps the worst video that we have recorded. For sure, you tried or people tried a lot of or and a lot of times to take the best quote unquote best picture of best video before posting it. So yeah, that's it. Thanks so much, Fer. Jubia, it's your turn. What do you think about it?
I agree with you guys. I think in social media we only see what people want that we can see, and I think on LinkedIn, on Instagram, when you are following people who only showing things that makes you feel bad, it's not something good to following. So I used to stop following people who makes me feel makes me feel I don't know poor or or um I don't know a loser or something like that, because I don't like to follow people who are um who are I don't know how to say, but uh they are superficial. I don't know. I like
Mhm.
to listen and to read people who say uh who talks about reality too.
Mhm. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Most of the time, it's just something superficial. There is an expression that we can use here. I believe it's just the top of the iceberg because it's just one part of the whole thing that is behind that photo, that content creator. And something curious that I would like to share with you is I'm not sure if you have watched a lot of videos. I'm not sure if on TikTok or even on Instagram where people showing or teaching how to do like basic things that they start doing this. Uh, you for example, closing the door, you have been closing the door wrongly all of your life, something like that, and you realize, oh, I've been doing simple things wrongly in my whole life. And yeah, those this kind of content I don't like to share or to consume. It's kind of I'm not sure what word I can use now, but it's kind of boring. So I believe that everybody answered this question. So let's move on to the next one. Fer, could you please read the question number? Let me see here. The question number 5.
Five. Okay. What professions are more likely to experience burnout? I think professions that the person needs to deal with people or also have a lot of pressure. For example, nurses, I think they have a lot of pressure every day. Um, Doctors, maybe teachers, depending on how they work, and also police. I think um, a lot of pressure. Firefighters. These professions I thought about, but depends, in my opinion, about the work you do, what you do normally, and if you deal with difficult people and have a lot of pressure during your job.
I agree with that part you said about teachers. I know it because my depending on the context, I believe, because I believe that when you work with adults who like hired you for a reason. In your case, for learning Spanish, is because they decided that it's something that they decided. But I believe for teachers at the schools like elementary and middle school is kind of trickier, because I know so many like really bad stories from my wife who working in school. She's not a teacher, but she always tells me about what things happens and how kids behave nowadays, at least here in that school. Obviously I cannot generalize like in all the schools in Brazil, but at least here is it's really really difficult. Ah, I believe it's difficult to work in a school as a teacher nowadays. But I would like to know from you, Julia, what do you think about it?
Mm, in my opinion, professions that are more likely to experience burnout are lawyers. I was a lawyer and it was terrible. It's not easy to deal with people's problems. Um, People who works at call centers, who works with public at attain. I don't know how to say atendimento, but who works dealing with other people, supporting other people. It's not easy when you have a customer and they are shouting at your ear. It's it's not easy to deal every day. You you have to deal with people's problems.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. It's gonna depends on the customer or on the client mood, how your service is gonna happen. Because if that person is in a bad mood and they just want to complain, I'm sure that you just have to endure that, because that's your work, unfortunately. And I know that working in a call center is pretty difficult. I know it, because of the schedules, because sometimes you have to work overnight, sometimes you have to work on weekends. So I know that profession, the profession is pretty difficult to handle. Thank you so much, Julio, for sharing. Lucas, what do you think about this interesting question?
I think to deal with people is really hard. So, who works selling things like telemarketing or in some shop, it is really hard because you spend your time talking with people, and sometimes you feel tired. And when you arrive at your home, you don't want to speak with your family because you spoke all day in your job, and this is terrible. Uh, and as Fernanda said about the nurse and doctor, I think it's a pressure about this person. It is really hard because you are uh, you are living with a life, so you need to take care. It's a big responsibility. Policy offers too. It is a big responsibility to get out of your house and try to return safe and alive. It is really hard. You don't know what can happen in the street. And yeah, I think there are a lot of profession with high pressure and emotional responsibility. Of course, each uh, each profession have the different responsibility and pressure, but in the same time, it is a big pressure about the person.
Yeah, I was thinking about the social, I believe social battery when you don't want to speak with anyone else, when you already like socialize a lot, you spoke a lot, and you just want to be like quiet at home, doing something that is not talking with others. Yeah, and I was thinking about what you said. Oh my goodness. Let me see here. My internet is slow now. Okay. Can you hear me well, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I was thinking about what you said about that every single profession has its difficulties, and burnout can happen in in with whatever profession that you think. I was thinking about my profession that it's software development, because I know a lot of colleagues who are in the pursuit of perhaps doing a lot of more money, and they have two or even three employments, yeah, employments. And I believe that there is a lot of charge in your mind, there are a lot of code that you have, a lot of logic that you have to handle. And I believe obviously if you try to do that, you're gonna face burnout. So yeah, I know a lot of software developers who have faced that just because they wanted to earn more money. Perhaps they needed that, I don't know, but I'm sure I know about those kind of uh, experiences. So let's move on. I believe that everybody answered the question. Okay, so let's move on to the question number. We have enough time. I'm gonna ask Jubia. You can choose whatever question you want from 6 to 15.
What activities help you relax after a stressful day? I like to watch my doramas because I like I like to watch suspense. I don't know how to say if suspense in English, but I like suspense. I like to watch um, policy investigation series. I like to watch uh, terror. I don't know if terror in English is terror, but I like to watch those stories and to reflect about life, but with other perspectives. And I don't know, it's a moment that I can laugh, I can cry, and it's to me it's joyful. It's good. So I do this. I can go to the studio to practice ballet too, and sometimes I see my friends. I talk to a friend. I I I do those things to make me feel better.
Yeah, it's important to hang out with our friends and forgetting about what is overwhelming us, and doing exercise. You said that you do ballet. That is pretty interesting. And yeah, we have to do things that we love to do. So I would like to know from you, Lucas, what are the activities that you normally do in order to prevent burnout or stress?
Uh, Being honest, I don't know. Normally, when I arrive at home, I I try to I like to make coffee, and I like to smell the I like to smell the coffee. It is amazing to me, and I don't know. I like to drink coffee watching something on TV, or it is a moment that I have to relax, and I just forgot what happened in my day. It was a terrible thing. I try to forget. Normally, I relax drinking coffee, watch some game, normally football, or yes, that's it. I usually play video game, but sometimes I felt more anger playing video game because it's become become terrible to play at some game. So I nowadays I don't play anymore, but I will return. But I just like to sit down, drink coffee, and watch some football game and relaxing.
Actually, there is a meme about what you said. Like, I gonna start playing something in order to relax, but you end up like even more stressed because perhaps you lost. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lucas, for sharing. And to finish this question, Fernanda, it's your turn.
Uh,
What are the activities
um,
that you normally do?
I also like to watch TV, some something that is passing that I don't have to think so much to understand. And if I have some free time, I like to take a nap during the afternoon, and also to talk, like about my day, about what happened with people from the family. Yeah, that's it. What I do.
Thank you so much for sharing, Fer. Well, in my case, in working days, it's kind of difficult to do that because I don't have so much free time. But I believe that we like to watch a soap opera, a Brazilian soap opera here at home on weekdays, and work days, sorry, from Monday to Friday. And on weekends, yeah, we try to watch some movies or perhaps going to the cinema. And I like to play football as well on weekends. Nowadays, I am playing every single Sunday, so it's something that is good for me for my health. And as well, I try to do exercise as well. At least I try to run 3 times every single week. I believe that the way that I avoid stress or this kind of feelings that are related to burnout. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much that. Let's move on to our. I believe it's gonna be our last question. So it's on you, Lucas. You can choose whatever question you want from 6 to 15, but not 7.
Sure, let me see. Um, oh, the question 10. Is taking a vacation enough to recover from burnout? Uh, yes, yes and no. I think it's enough to rest and to have a time to relax, to enjoy, to enjoy to know new cultures, to travel, know new person. But in the same time, when you return to your routine, I think if you don't change anything in your life, you you feel burnout again, you know. And I think is you can't use the vacation just to, I don't know how to say this in English, but you can't use the vacation just to something in that time, like, oh, I'm anxious for my vacation because I'm stressed in my life or in my job. But when you return to your routine, the the terrible things will return with your
Mhm.
work and your study. So I think it's enough in a moment, but you need to change something in your life.
Yeah, and it depends on how long your vacation is gonna take as well. I agree with you that it depends, but normally it's pretty difficult to return to work. Sometimes I feel that I've forgotten all of the skills that I had before, and I had to remember all of them, and that process is really painful, in my opinion. Thank you so much, Lucas. Fer, it's your turn. What do you think about it? Is taking vacation enough to recover from burnout?
No, I don't think it's enough because you will feel better during the vacation, but when you come back to work, you will feel bad again and stressed. So if you don't like your job, I don't think just some vacation will solve this problem.
That was a good point. If you don't like that, for sure, it's not gonna resolve it. That's true. Thank you so much, Fer. And now it's your turn, Juvia. It's you're gonna be the last one. What do you think about it?
I think vacation is not enough. I think when you are feeling so much stress and nervous about your work, you have to stop work or working less or working with another thing. I did this 2 times. So I think you I think only vacation is not enough. You have to do other things to really uh, uh, feel that you are getting better.
So everybody here agree that vacation is not enough. Hopefully, our bosses, they are not like watching this video because they know that that we don't get like we don't rest enough on our vacation time. That's it, guys. We're gonna thank you so much for have shared your insights, your ideas. It's been amazing. It's been like for me at least, it was an interesting topic to talk about. So briefly, we can share what we learned today and how it was for us, for every single member of this in this session. So I'm gonna start with you, Jubia. How was it for you? And did you learn something new in this session?
It was really good to listen to all of you, and I am learning more about your stories, your experiences, and it's good to be here to improve my English, and it was a good topic. Thank you.
Thank you for being here and have shared your experience as well, Julia. We'll learn a lot from you also. And now it's your turn, Lucas. How was it for you? Well, how did you find this topic? And if you learned something new?
Yes, I liked a lot. It is a good topic because normally you have a lot of stress in your life and you don't stop to think about it or to speak, not even in Portuguese. And It's really good. I don't remember if I have a talk about burnout, and I enjoy a lot.
Thank you so much. Yeah, actually, it's the first time that we talk about this phenomenon or this illness or this disease. I'm not sure what it is, but it's something normal nowadays, something common. Thank you so much, Lucas, for having participated. And to finish this part, Fer, it's your turn.
I enjoyed the conversation. It was good talking about it, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much as well for have participated. And that's it for today night, guys. I hope to see you in the next session. It's gonna be in the next Monday, as always, at 9 p.m. Brazilian time. And I hope and and desire you a good night. And I hope to see you in the next session. That's it. So see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye
Bye. Good
bye.
Bye
night.
guys. Ciao ciao. Good night.